Hi, my name is Caelin Murphy, and this is my action research project. Throughout my personal vision statement, I stated that I want to continue to accept and strengthen my weaknesses of self-confidence, self-acceptance, and self-love. I rooted my action research project in this idea of self-love. It is something I and many other people struggle with on a daily basis. However, it is so important. We cannot truly love others before we love ourselves. The universe created all of us to offer the world something specific and unique. To deny that this, in itself, is a miracle is to deny an energy greater than all of us. Self-love is grounding. It is the key to happiness. A way in which our self-love can be wounded is through trauma. And an unfortunate trauma that women commonly experience is domestic violence. Therefore, I want to focus on a project that allowed women to empower one another, to find beauty and strength in their trauma, to love themselves despite their scars. This is why I decided to work with Nueva Vida Haven. Nueva Vida Haven is an emergency shelter for women and children, many of whom are victims of domestic violence, that provides a secure place to sleep, as well as hot meals, clothing, access to warm showers, and works with each woman to learn about their specific situation, helping them to determine the best course of action for life improvement. I took some of my sorority sisters to Nueva Vida Haven for a Valentine's Day celebration with the women and children. However, Valentine's Day can be a difficult day for victims of domestic abuse. Therefore, we decided to make it a celebration of love in general, specifically self-love. We brought cupcakes to decorate and Valentine's Day cards for the women and children to make for themselves and others. We also led an activity where we encouraged everyone in the room, including my sisters, to write down 5 people they love, 5 things that they are grateful for in life, and 5 things that they love about themselves. We then shared and discussed what we had written down. It was a beautiful day, and one filled with healing, acceptance, and strength. After the event, I did some personal reflection as my first feedback loop and came to the conclusion that, although I felt uplifted and inspired during the celebration, the weeks and days leading up to it were extremely stressful for me. Therefore, I realized that I could have aided my anxiety by allocating some of the responsibilities to my sisters who were willing to help me. My second feedback loop was my best friend, Lila, who attended the event and helped me plan and organize the celebration. She reminded me that I wasn't acting as an authentic leader, as I was preaching self-love, but not living this mantra of self-love throughout my day-to-day life. I was very moved by her feedback and have since been focusing on building myself up through personal affirmations every morning. My other sisters who helped me set up the event expressed that our time at Nueva Vida Haven left them empowered, grateful, and impacted. Yet, they believed that the discussion could have gone deeper and the celebration could have gone longer. They also expressed a desire to continue working with the women and children of Nueva Vida Haven. Therefore, if there is a cause that both myself and those around me are passionate about, it is my responsibility as a leader to continue to pursue it. The Power of Now, a personal growth and spirituality book written by Eckhart Tolle, also inspired my action research project. Throughout his book, he stresses the indestructible essence of our being and the importance of freeing yourself from the burdens of time. Tolle states that, when every cell of your body is so present that it feels vibrant with life, then it can be said that you are free of time, and challenges us to realize deeply that the present moment is all we have and to make the now the primary focus of our life. I believe this idea resonated with me at Nueva Vida Haven. Everyone in that room had experienced pain in the past, yet we were all there together, focusing on the present and expressing gratitude for the present. Another concept that impacted my action research project was the idea of servant leadership. Susan Comives defines a servant leader as one who first wants to serve, then transform himself or herself into a leader. Initially, I was involved with Nueva Vida Haven as a volunteer and was so touched by the organization, felt inclined to introduce my sisters to Nueva Vida Haven. Additionally, Throughout my action research project, I dedicated the project to not only the self-acceptance of the woman at the shelter, but also the self-acceptance of my sisters who attended the event by encouraging them to take part in the self-love activities and reflective discussions.
New Vita Haven was a really impactful experience for me because Caelin got us all together, got us all really excited about it. She was able to fundraise a bunch of different things to get together all these different gifts and different Valentine's themed crafts and everything. And then we went into the shelter and all of us were like so excited to be with these women and their children and be able to do all these different crafts with them. And Caelin did such a beautiful job of just like leading all of us, and like everybody was kind of in there like seeing all these different crafts. They're like, what's going on, like what do we do? And she like had it all laid out. It was all beautifully displayed. We made cookies with them. We did little like self-love journaling things, and then we did Valentine's cards to whoever was important in their life. And it was a really cool way for me to reflect on self-love, and then to be reflecting with these women, for Caelin to be leading it, and the way she did it was so strong, and she's led by example. She started it off with everyone and gave that safe space and comfortable space for everybody to be able to talk and kind of just like have a moment to reflect on how they felt about themselves, where they're at in that point in their life, and kind of in the spirit of Valentine's Day. I really got a lot out of the experience, and I couldn't have done it without Kay.
Volunteering with Caelin at Nueva Vita Haven was a very eye-opening experience for me and the women. We had the opportunity to do an exercise where we practiced saying 3 things we love about ourselves and 3 things we're grateful for. And at first it was really hard for all of us to open up about what we wrote down, but Caelin led by example, and after that everyone really opened up and had a great time.